Victoria Horne speaking to you, the international entertainer. Everybody out there, we would love you to watch and see us in Maefield. She's coming your way now, don't forget. You can catch me at victoriahorne.com. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eve Zanni. I'm a jazz vocalist, songwriter, and author and educator. I am here with the fantastic vocalist, songwriter, Victoria Horne, and Mourrice Papi, artist, cinematographer. And we're here at Westbeth Artist Community to talk about Maefields. How are you doing today?
I'm just beaming.
What inspired you to create Maefield? And how did this vision for this project evolve?
I have a aunt named Maefield, and she's from the Carolinas, and my family's from Sumter, South Carolina, and so there goes that. And I had a good relationship with Maefield. I said, oh, I like that name. I'm gonna use Maefield. I had been writing poetry and song not knowing I knew how. I was in high school and I wrote a song called Earth Brown and Smooth, Water Soft and Cool. And my teacher said, oh, that sounds good. It started when I was 5. We lived across the street in Harlem from Mitten's Playhouse.
Oh, that's a historic place.
And I would go to the window. We had what they call was a railroad apartment. My grandmother would be in the back of the kitchen the opposite way, and I'd be at the gates at the windows looking down and seeing these flashlights. I didn't know what they were at 5. Girl, didn't I tell you to bring your behind from off that window? Okay. But that was the vision. My grandmother worked at Bellevue Hospital for over 50 years, and we had neighbors that were black, but I didn't know what black or white was. Okay, so that was the beginnings of being black and living in Harlem, and not understanding if you were poor, rich, or whatever, you were a clean child. It's the young people who have no idea what I'm talking about. They didn't realize, they didn't come up with eating pickles in a pickle jar on the corner and eating squirrel nuts. What the heck is squirrel nuts? It's a candy, you know? And you could dig your hand and go to the corner store, and if you went to the corner store, you better get permission, because your behind would be whooped if you were not back on the stoop like I told you to be. So those things I remember. Today's children do not have an idea about what that is.
How did you develop your visual narrative?
Victoria needed someone to tailor something special. Maefield was a concept within a diner. We had to change our game plan a little bit. It would be maybe smarter to do something in a studio situation. We filmed Victoria here at Westbeth at my studio apartment. We shot with a Sony FX3 and composited her on top of the AI. We generated over 400 clips, ran what we filmed through Kyber AI, the only AI program at the moment that allows for video upload. You can't have something produced with AI without a human aspect intermixed.
The culture, the Harlem Renaissance, what it was, the studying, the books that were written, the way the women's dressed, the way the men dressed, the respect that they had for one another, and the fact that not everything cost a lot of money to eat. And if you were hungry, your neighbors would feed you. The neighbors cleaned their own streets. And those were the very simple things. Of course you had crime, but nothing like it has had. It's gotten better, but like in the 70s and 80s, it was a mess. I was just upset about what I was seeing.
But some of these images are in the video.
Oh, yeah.
So you really get that experience, even if you're, you know, too young to have lived through that.
I work with a lot of kids today, 30 and 40 years younger, and honey, they know everything. Don't you be telling me nothing. That's why the lyrics say, but look outside your windows of today. What do you see? That's what my passion is. That's what my stomach upset. I'm so appalled about everything that happens. And I'm not political, but yet I have become. So.
I hear that. I hear that.
I don't have a choice. I just can't just not do anything.
Something very significant with Mayfield's, because it really does express what you're talking about and that tender pain we feel about the important things in life that don't have to cost a lot of money. And you're expressing this and you're showing people your personal vision that you grew up with of a community of people who cared for each other.
We chose Kyber AI to generate video. We generated using prompts. These prompts came from Victoria's concepts, Harlem and Harlem's history and the people. All of these things come together for us to be able to put Victoria Horne in a situation like that.
You can practically taste the food. It's so atmospheric, and the movements and the dance and the cigarettes. What does it mean to you to see this finished product?
I'm crying. I have a friend in Key West. She's a dancer. Her mother is 95. She was a jazz singer. So every time I do something, her mother loves to, she said, Mama wants to hear what you're doing. Carolyn Brown is her name, the Brown family. She said, I had tears. She said, the black people look so nice. The girls, the woman that dancing in the video, my goodness, where is this? These kids don't know this.
Maefield by Victoria Horne. Maefield. She'll be there on all platforms.
Maefield.
Mayfields.